Hello, welcome back to another video. We need to get going to Costa because this video is going to be a chunky, long one. As you can see from the title of the video, I'm literally just going to be talking about all the travel requirements, traveling during a Pangea, you know what, all of that stuff, all of that good stuff, not good stuff, but just thought because it was so confusing, I thought I'd do a video of my own where I basically explain everything step by step, making it easier for anyone who wants to find a step-by-step guide or needs help with it, basically. Because my god, it took me over 3 hours to figure everything out, just because everything's so confusing and it's just a mess, and I just thought, let's condense it, let's make it easier and more accessible because the government aren't making it accessible for people. So let's go to Costa, let's get a drink, and then we're gonna start, and hopefully I summarize and help you as much as I can. Right, hello, so I am at, why is this so wonky? So I've got my Krispy Kreme. I went to Krispy Kreme instead because I wanted a mocha from there because they're nicer. Plus, they actually do oat milk now, and last time I had soya. Look at it, it's not even focusing on me. There is no way I'm gonna be able to get a thumbnail in this car right now with this lighting. This guy is literally scratching his bum. Oh, he's literally just grabbing his oh, that's very, very, very strong. So basically, we went from the UK to Spain. We went to Mallorca. We went on the 9th of August, and at that time Spain was on the UK's amber list of country. I will leave a handy link that explains what you need to do if you arrive from a green country, an amber country, or a red country. There was a good BBC News article on that. But as of then, and as of today, the 25th of August, it is still the same. Spain is still on amber. The whole thing is really, really confusing. So what I advise you do, this is where I got all my information from, is to read the entry requirements on the government website. So if you type into Google FCDO, of the country you're visiting, so in this case Spain, right, so to get into Spain you either need to be double vaccinated and show proof of that, which you can do with the NHS app, or you have to show proof of a negative PCR test within 72 hours prior to your arrival time in Spain. So our flight was on the 9th and we arrived 9th of August, and we arrived in Spain at I think 9:30 AM. So 72 hours prior to our arrival in Spain, we had to get a negative PCR test within that window. So I believe that started on Friday at 9:30 AM. And also it required a passenger locator form, not passenger locator form, basically a form you need to fill in before you arrive in Spain, and this is the app I'm going to pop on the screen which you needed to do. Obviously check the FCDO because things do change. So at the time of going I was only single jabbed, I wasn't double jabbed, and I used this company called Randox. From Randox I bought a pre-departure test, I bought a day 2 test, I bought a day 5 test and day 8 test, and I'll explain that right at the end. I'm going to pop in the screen. Doing the test to get into Spain, basically, because there was just a lot of pressure, it was a little bit stressful. I think everyone who had to do the test was a little bit panicked, a little bit stressed. The form was a little bit confusing to start off with because it was asking if we wanted to do day 2 and day 8, which is mandatory from an amber country. So we pressed yes, but there was some faff, but we figured it out. So it was a little bit stressful. We went and dropped this off at a local Randox drop-off place, and they say that you can get your results the next day by 11:59 PM as long as you drop it off within their window. So they have clinics where you can drop them off, and they also have drop boxes. So we did the test on the 6th around 1 PM and got our results on the 7th of August around 1 PM, so that was good. Also order the tests ahead of time because it took a few days to come. So going out to Spain at the airport, it was very busy. I'll show you some clips because we had a big check-in bag that we had all of our stuff in that we wanted to go in the main hold. We had to go and drop that bag off, but that's where they checked all of our negative tests and double vaccinated statuses, and they also checked boarding passes, all of that, and they also checked our Spanish QR code. Basically the app that you have to do to get into Spain gives you a QR code, and they asked for that. On the other side, when we got into Spain, they checked our negative test and they checked our code. There was like a seating setup, and it was quite quick, quite prompt. It was more like a quick glance and then let us through, but they were checking. We then had fun while we're there. We had a good holiday. We flew back on the 16th of August at I think at 11:30 at night, and we arrived at 40 minutes past midnight on the 17th. Pre-arrival back to the UK, we had to provide a negative COVID test. The government didn't specify which specific type of COVID test we had to do, so we did a rapid flow antigen test, and we used this company called C19 testing. So coming back, we had to do a COVID test 72 hours prior to our arrival time in the UK. So we did ours on Sunday afternoon. We also needed to do a passenger locator form within 48 hours prior to arrival in the UK. So we did that after we got our rapid flow results. Right, I've got my COVID test here. I have scanned the QR code and it has loaded up a instruction manual, I guess. So I'm gonna put that in here so I can follow and do it. So let me just get everything out. Instructions, no swab, test cassette, disposable bag, and it'll pick that thing. I'm gonna wash my hands first, and then we're gonna follow the instructions. So this is a self-administered one, and then I think you send a picture off to this company, and then they are meant to get back to you in 12 hours. It is 4:30 on Sunday the 15th. Our flight leaves tomorrow evening at like 11:30, so just over 24 hours, and I think you have to do it within 72 hours of you landing. So we're cutting it a little bit fine, but it doesn't matter because they're quite prompt, apparently, touch wood. So this is basically like the NHS lateral flow ones. I think it is the lateral flow ones. So you can write your kit ID test on the side. I need a pen. Give me 2 ticks. So then I write my kit ID on the side of this. Alright, so I've written my ID number on the side of my little test cassette. And now we wait 15 minutes. Okay, so I've done it and it is negative, and all I've got to do now is take a picture of the cassette with my passport and continue to fill this in and send it off. I will let you know when that's done. So it just asked me my name, my email address, what time I took the test, to upload a picture of the passport and the cassette thing, and then verify my email, which I need to do now. I'm just gonna verify it. Hopefully they're meant to get back to you in 12 hours, within 12 hours at max, to give you a certificate basically. So, all registered, all done, and now we just wait for the certificate. That was a lot easier than the first one. All done, completed. Hopefully, stress over. We did our test at 4:45 PM Spain time on the 15th of August, and I got results back at 7:10 PM on the 15th of August Spain time. So very, very, very quick. The passenger locator form we had to do to get back into the UK was really long. It was a very long form. It was pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do, but it was just a faff. And we did that on the 16th of August, literally the day of us leaving, because it was just a form. Heading out of Spain, at the big bag drop, they checked all of our stuff, passenger locator form and COVID test, and they wrote on our boarding pass that we'd already been checked, so they wouldn't need to check at the gates. So this is because obviously you only need to go to bag drop if you have a bag to check in, whereas if you just have a backpack on EasyJet or Ryanair, you literally just walk through. You don't need to go there and drop your bags off. So they would check you at the gate, I guess. So that's where we got checked. So they flagged us and we're like, well, you don't need to get checked again because we've checked you here. We sped through the security. Security was about 20 seconds, right? Fastest security that I've ever been to. No joke, got through security in like 20 seconds. It's literally empty. Whoa, that was fast, quick. In, out, zoomy about. Great. They did a really good job. The airport was mid-range, it was okay, it wasn't too busy. They're really on it and they check, so we were very happy. So coming into the UK, straight off and straight through the scanning border control gates, no COVID test checks or passenger locator form checks in the UK side. We weren't very happy about that, but we were kind of like whatever, because it was so early in the morning. We were all just tired. But I don't know whose duty it is to check. Is it Spain's duty to check our stuff? Is it the UK's duty to check our stuff? We assumed both sides, so that did annoy us a little bit and did make us a little bit frustrated, because we were like, what is the point? Because people aren't test checking. We're gonna move on to post-arrival in the UK. Right, so we arrived in the UK on the 17th of August at 40 minutes past midnight. That counts as day 0. So the day you arrive in the UK counts as day 0 of your quarantine. Before we went away, we had already bought our day 2 and day 8 tests and they were at home. We took the little C19 testing lateral flow test with us in our suitcase. I opted for day 5 testing because I needed to release early, and that arrived on day 4. The 19th was day 2. So basically we had government texts come through our phones letting us know we've arrived in the UK and what the quarantine rules are and all of that stuff. The day 2 test you can do on day 2 or before day 2. Day 5 test you have to do on day 5. Day 8 test you can do on day 8 or after. During isolation, when we came back, 2 of my friends had NHS track and trace visit them on day 1 of isolation. So on the 18th, literally the day after we arrived. In person, just checking that they're at home and they check their IDs and everything. So they're really on it and I appreciate that. The NHS track and trace team rang me to go through all my obligations on the 19th at 10:30 AM. They can visit you, they can ring you, or they can do both. So be aware and please follow the rules, because if you're going out and doing all these things, please be mindful, because we want to be able to have nice things, right? Don't take the mick. Day 2 test was done on the 18th at 12:50 and we got our results. I got my results on the 19th at roughly 4 PM. And day 5 test can only be done on day 5, which is the 22nd of August, and the test arrived the day before, the 22nd, the 21st. I did my day 5 test result on the 22nd at 10:30 AM, received my results at 4:40 PM Monday the 23rd, so I could release. Little bit annoyed at how slow the day 5 thing was, but I think it's not a priority for them, so they take their time. So yeah, I want to finally go through the companies used and prices. So for our PCR test to get into Spain, and day 2, day 5 and day 8 PCR tests, we used a company called Randox. So Randox have this package, Amber Travel Pack for Amber countries, and it has the going out PCR test, and then it has the day 2 and the day 8 tests all included, but there's tons of discount codes online and you can get like what, 30-40 quid off. And then for the lateral flow antigen test to come back into the UK, we used this company called C19 Testing, and I know that we paid, are you done? £29 for that test. So all of my Randox tests, my Amber Travel Pack, cost me £129. The day 5 test of release was £43, and altogether it cost me £172. And then my C19 testing lateral flow test cost £29. Pop it on screen, roughly 200 quid. It's expensive. Not too happy about it. I don't like that it's so much because it stops people from being able to go away. I understand they're trying to deter people from going away. If you're going to follow the rules and be respectful and do everything that you're meant to do, I don't see why not. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Gotta say, the company Randox we used were great. Replying at social media, sometimes slow in terms of giving our results back, but at the beginning it was a little bit stressful, but I messaged them on social media, on Instagram, and they helped me. I messaged them frequently and they replied pretty quickly. And I've got to say, C19 testing, really good, really enjoyed that. Tests came quickly. Randox tests took a little while to come. C19 testing tests came pretty quickly, I think within, mine came the next day, I think, from when I ordered it. But I think you have to order it by a certain time. No qualms, nothing wrong with it. Easy to follow, step-by-step instructions, no issues, all done quickly. And within like 2 hours, 2-3 hours, really quick turnaround. Gotta say though, everyone else did their test for this one after me, and they got the results quicker. But 2 hours is not bad. Really recommend both of those companies. They're the ones that Randox is very well known and very well recommended. So yeah, I think that is everything. I think in total this video is about half an hour long. There is a lot of information, but I've tried to explain it as best as I can. God, that was a lot. I hope that made it a little bit easier. I know it's really confusing. It is really off-putting. It is very stressful. But if this helps a little bit, I'm happy. That makes me happy. But if not, comments down below. Let me know if you've gone away and you've tested, what your experience has been like, what your holiday's been like. If you want to let me know all of that stuff. But if you ever have any issues, if you have any problems, please let me know down below and I will try and help. But FCDO, I cannot recommend them enough. Just follow their instructions and you will be okay. But yeah, that is it for this video. I will be posting vlogs next week and the week after. It's a 2-parter because there's quite a lot of footage. I think 2.5 hours worth before editing. So very excited for you to see that. Very excited to have a travel vlog go out in a very long time. Probably, yeah, My last one was in 2020. Been a long old time. I'm gonna say here, very grateful and very lucky that I have been able to afford to go on holiday. Been lucky enough to be able to have a home where I can come and isolate. I know I'm in a position where I'm very fortunate, very lucky, and I'm very grateful, and I acknowledge that and I appreciate that, and I'm thankful. So I don't want anyone to be horrible to me in the comments, basically, because complaining about it being confusing and all that. That is it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. I shall see you guys in my first travel vlog next Tuesday. I'm excited. Right, till then, take care, stay safe, and I shall see you guys very, very soon. Bye.